Hi, I'm Aleea.
And I'm Hav. Welcome to Mom Files, Moments of Motherhood podcast, the place where the messy, hard, and honest parts of momming get to exist without shame.
If you're a mom, you'll find realistic routines, gentle validation, and maybe a few new things to try. Think of us as your village, a judgment-free corner of motherhood.
We're so glad you're here.
Welcome back. I'm Aleea.
And I'm Hav.
Now, we've talked a bit about preparing for postpartum already, including the postpartum cart, the nursing cart, a little bit of mental stuff. However, we kind of want to dive a little deeper into some things just to make your life easier and can help you while you're trying to survive during those long nights and days of postpartum and newborn life. So we figured we'd just jump right in, and I kind of figured we'd kind of start with the mindset shift. Sometimes we're so focused on optimizing just our house, but it can be more than that. Like sometimes we need to shift our mindset because it can be easy to encapsulate everything and think you need to get it all done. But maybe you might just need some shifts to think about, like, where are the areas that you're going to be and focus on those. So maybe you'll be on the couch. Maybe you'll be in your bed a lot, or maybe there's just one or two rooms you plan on focusing on. Like maybe you're going to be in your room, in the nursery, that type of thing. So starting to set your house up in a way that you don't have to think, get up, or search, just because that can help make it complicated. And then also setting up, like making your world a little smaller can also help with your mindset to kind of help make it not feel so big. Because right before we hopped on, we were talking about how it feels like there's so much and so to me, it kind of plays into that. You're like, well, if I look at what I've already done, maybe you have accomplished a lot.
No, there's so much that can be done to set up and prepare. And it looks different for every pregnancy. As I'm learning with Azzy, the house is clean. Everything we talked about in our last episodes, like if you can do a house reset, like stuff like that. Amazing. That's not happening with this one. I keep trying. And every time I clean one room, it's like the other room. And Azzy is now very interested in baby brother stuff. So she's coming into my room and like, I'm just looking for something fun. And I'm like, I just need that to not move. But that being said, yes, literally right before this episode, I was like, and now I'm more stressed. But also, the more that I'm like thinking about it and like we're already, we just started talking about it like for the episode, but it's also like, I don't really have to do much. I already know my options. For me, it's my bedroom, the couch, or the guest room. I already have the bedroom, his bassinet set up, onesies, and like diapers and wipes. I already know where I'm going to put the onesies, diapers, and wipes in the living room. And I honestly, now I'm like, I didn't think about it for the office, but I already have a place. So it's like, I just need to literally put it out or tell Tony to put it out. I think that's where I am with this pregnancy is like with Azzy, I felt like I had way more energy, but I also didn't have a toddler running around and stuff. So but it is like, okay, instead of me being like, now I'm stressed, now I'm like, okay, I can do this. And if it's not done, that's okay. I think that's my biggest mindset shift for this baby is like, ideally, what did I actually need for her?
Right.
I needed diapers, sleep sack. That's what we did. We did like swaddle.
We did a sleep sack too. Yeah.
Yeah. And like a place to put him. I think is the biggest one for like the bedroom. I think I was talking to you, like a drop zone for baby. In the room, he has his bassinet. Here, I'll probably get down like the pack and play bassinet that we have just in case like I need to get up in the middle of the night if I'm in here, which granted, Tony's going to be the one in the office, not me. If anybody's moving, it's not going to be me. But that being said, and then with a toddler having a drop zone, so like getting that extra little rocker or bouncer for the kitchen. So if I need to put him down, as he needs something, I have somewhere safe to put him. So that's kind of where I'm trying to focus my mindset shift is like the laundry room is a mess. There's stuff all over the table. His bottles are done. Everything he needs is like clean and sterilized and put away. And
yeah, it's funny because as you were saying that, I'm thinking back to being at the end of the pregnancy, and I think it's just part of that like nesting feeling. You just always feel like there's more to do, and And to me, it's like anything, especially as becoming a parent. And I think I've mentioned this before, but becoming a parent has actually helped me just accept that things won't get done. I have been able to let go of so much more, been able to just like, because like there are times, especially in the newborn phase, you're going to want to soak it up. And I don't know if we've mentioned, this could potentially be your last hoorah of all of this. And so it's like, it's just, I love that when you mentioned it's okay to just like let things. And I think because that for me, especially the next baby, that's like my mindset shift, because I feel like it's so easy to just keep adding to your to-do list without being like, okay, like there's always going to be more to do, always.
Well, and even if there's not, like, say this is your first baby and you and your partner or whatever can actually like leave a room like spick and span, right? Perfect world. You want to know how many times I've changed the outfits that I want in my go bag? Like literally, the first night that we got like we got to get this bag packed, we literally just threw stuff in. I was like, whatever. Then I was like, okay, I'm going to put some more comfy stuff in. Now, Tony is actually literally out there looking for a specific set of pajama pants because it's been... So there's always something to do. And I will say, like, as we talk about setting up these zones and these drop zones and stuff, like, for the first week, at least for me, if I'm being honest, like, I'm going to hold him. I'm going to be in bed with him. I actually haven't unpacked his diapers because I don't know what size he's going to be.
Oh, yeah, good point.
So I have size 1s, but I'm like, what if I actually end up needing newborn diapers? Like, I'm not going to go and unpack all these diapers and have to repack them and do all this stuff. Yeah. So I think that's another like mind shift for me is like, as I learned with Azzy, things change quickly. As long as you like open a box, throw it on the ground. It'll be okay. I want everything to be beautiful. I mean, we were just talking about social media and like the women who do their makeup and like have their hair done and stuff and all this, like just different stuff. So like a lot of this is like helpful thought process for you of like the different rooms and the places to like have things ready. But also if you don't have them ready, like you can baby carry a week after baby comes and you can go and you can put out those diapers that you know the size and the onesies, you know the size, but like maybe mentally just thinking of like, okay. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, okay, living room's not done, but when he gets here and I know what size he is, where am I putting him? So like, where am I parking his stuff so that I have easy access to it?
Right. Yeah. And I think that is an excellent point is sometimes being prepared is just having a mental note of like, hey, that is kind of taken care of, but it can't be fully taken care of until like they get here,
which is so hard.
It is hard, but I think it is also important because I think you made an excellent point. Sometimes it's what we talk about. There are things that are unpredictable. So maybe you thought you were going to be set up somewhere. And then once you're 2 weeks in, you're like, I hate it in here. I don't want to be in here anymore. Like you might have to change. So just take into account, like, it's also okay if like you've got things set up, but you also need to make some adjustments down the road. It's just honestly like taking these easy setups. It's really just about trying to set your future self up to be like not overwhelmed, So it's like Hav said, like at least she knows where the diapers are. She doesn't need to pre-open them, but like she can restock them once he gets here. It's fine. It's great. Like
I think we could go into some things that we can have preset. Like, yeah, if you're not like me and you're like, I don't want to open something and then undo it. But yeah, no. So I think just like some things that we can do that are like kind of foolproof, right? Like these are things that you're going to need for every baby, kind of in every place that you're going to be if you can put something in. I am putting wipes out because that's not going to change. So if you want to unpack diapers, like, if you know your baby's going to be small, open those newborn diapers. I think he's going to be right on the brink. Anyways, wipes, especially if they're going to be like in the room with you and you already don't have to move within arm's reach. I know I'm putting them like under his bassinet, or I even have like I have a nightstand. I have a little basket that I'm going to put a pack of wipes in. Extra clothes. There's going to be blowouts or spit up, or like there's, 1 or 2 extra sets of like a basic onesie or like a pajama set. Birth cloths. I think honestly, that's like my number one. I'm like, birth cloths. Yes, have them out. The spit up. If you spill on yourself.
I was just going to say, I like them for my nose.
Literally, there's so many uses for them. I do really like the muslin ones. I think they soak up a lot and they're like comfortable and soft if you don't have them already. I know one for me And they this actually gets talked a lot about, but lighting, not having the overhead light as your main source of light. With Azzy, we changed her bedroom light to be like a color changing one. That was really great. And then I ended up getting her a night light. I am going to give into TikTok and get the egg light. I think
I have the egg light. I like
You
it.
like it?
I have the egg light. I was just going to mention because before when you ended, I was going to say we will link our burp cloth because Hav and I got the same burp cloths, and I'll also link both these lights. I have the egg light, and then I also have this one that when you flip it over, it turns on. You just go boop, and it's really nice because if you're tired, you just have to.
Nobody wants to sit there and try to figure out Alexa and granted, that's what I do with Azzy, but
right. So we'll link those. Sorry. Because they are really helpful. The egg light for me, I found it was harder to keep charged. I feel like my egg light's always dead. But I really like that it's easy. You just touch it, boop, and it turns on. But I really like the little one just because it could be in bed with me. And when I was really tired, I would just flip it over.
And does the one that you flip over, does it have different colors? Because I'm big on the red light.
Okay. I believe it does. I will double check though, because we still use it. So, but we'll link all of those things just in case.
Beautiful. And that was big for me is not even for baby. Turning on a bright white light for myself in the middle of the night. I already have sleeping issues. It's already hard to get back to sleep. That's another mindset shifting that I will mention. If you can get away from checking your phone when you're waking up in the middle of the night, that is so much healthier for your mental state than being I woke up at 1 and 2 and 3:45 and 5 and get yourself your little setup, get your little red light, take care of baby, and try to go back to sleep if you can.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you brought that up because I definitely was a doom scroller and I feel like it hurt me because it was right when I'd be going to sleep, he'd be waking up again.
Yep. It was so bad for me. Or me being well, I literally was up for 1 to 1:45 and then 2:45 to 3:15 and then all day I'm just and I got no sleep versus do I feel rested or not? You know?
Yeah.
And then I'll just kind of keep going. But I know I didn't do a snack and hydration setup. I had a water bottle, but I think snacks are going to be big for this one. I got a brewmate so that I can have a water bottle and just keep it with me and not worry about spilling it. I got the one that locks so that it won't spill. So little things or when that closes, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. That was just what I want from me. But that would be really big because also when you're getting up in the middle of the night with baby, if you're anything like me, I want diaper changes to be as least disturbing for them and for me as possible. I don't want to have to get up and be okay, I need a drink and I need a snack. If it's just right there, I actually won't. I'm the pregnant woman that'll wake up in the middle of the night hungry and be sucks to suck, go back to bed because if I get up, I'm staying up. So those are things that you can kind of go get the granola bars or whatever little treats you want, the chocolate, a little dopamine in the middle of the night when you're tired and baby's crying. We talked about, or we're going to talk about in episodes coming up is dopamine shifts are really good. So
I definitely had snacks. I think I did trail mix and something else because I was also worried I would move it around and I didn't want bugs. So I tried to keep things that were easy, either I'd eat it in one sitting or it wasn't too messy. I know I tried to keep granola bars and stuff, but sometimes, especially if you're in bed, they're so crumbly.
True.
So think about that too. I definitely think the snacks are important, especially Hav said, middle of the night, I would wake up sometimes and just be I'm hungry.
Yeah. I think I'm thinking about chewy granola bars because we eat Cliff bars.
And I think all of those, I love, because we've talked about it, the postpartum carts, the nursing carts, obviously we just talked about these carts. I mean, even if you don't want a snack and hydration cart, just to put those things in other areas. So honestly, I'm if you just kind of sit and think about, some of the things you might need, those are definitely things I keep on hand. Just because, I said, you want it to be easy. You don't want to have to be up in the middle of the night trying to restock your diapers in the dark. You don't want to be doing that type of stuff. What we're really trying to do is just simplifying as much as you can in the areas, that are where you spend your most time. So I think even another area is household tasks, trying to make those easy or trying to make them easier to accomplish so that you don't get overwhelmed when you're in it. I know you mentioned the drop zones for both kiddos. I love that idea. I think to kind of tag onto a drop zone is a laundry drop zone. So instead of you being oh, I'm not staying on top of laundry, just make it easier to maybe maybe not fully fall behind, but at least have like some things flowing. So maybe you do one basket per main room. I started doing that because our laundry room's downstairs. And so I was always gathering clothes at the top of the stairs. So it's like, instead of making it like just add a basket, solves the problem. Yeah. Maybe you just don't sort perfectly. Maybe you just like sometimes, like I remember deep in early postpartum, I threw everything together. I usually sort colors, I was just like, it's getting done.
I've already started throwing everything together.
So anything like that. Maybe you're doing repeat meals. I know we've mentioned the freezer meals, do that. But honestly, just trying to find ways to make it easier. And then like we've talked about, lower your expectations. This is just a season of life that you're in. And it's okay that it's a little hectic. Like that's part of being a new parent or a parent of a new addition.
Literally. I'm just laughing to myself because I'm doing so bad at taking our own advice, like with the freezer meals and stuff. Like I don't have time. Work is busy. I'm tired. All the things. So like I've started just like in my head thinking of the meals that I can make or have Tony make or whatever that are just like tacos.
Oh yeah,
chicken and rice. Some freezer meals and stuff like that we literally buy as freezer meals. Like, not letting my little...
Like Stouffer's lasagna.
Yep. Did I want to make it myself? Yes. Am I going to? No.
Do you have a podcast and about 4 minutes of free time? Are you editing during nap time, answering emails at midnight, or wondering how your podcast became a second full-time job?
But you don't need to do it all. You need back-end support. That's why we offer podcast editing and post-production for busy moms who have something to say, but no time for audio, show notes, or scheduling. You record, we handle the rest.
Close your eyes and imagine fewer late nights and way less tech stress. If that sounds good, check the link in the description and book a free discovery call. Just a quick chat to see if we're a good fit.
Because podcasting should feel fun, not like another thing on your already really full plate. But yeah, I think the drop zones for laundry is honestly really good too, because also babies create so much laundry. You can usually get their load of laundry done in like one load, and then it'll be like weeks worth of stuff. But I definitely think that that's a big one, especially for like the burp cloths and all that stuff. If you are somebody who wants to change the laundry for baby, I suggest just changing it for the whole family, because like Aleea said, like I just threw everything in, but I changed to an all clear type of laundry soap, and I stopped using fabric softener. I'll do like the vinegar and stuff, but my babies have eczema, or at least Azzy did, and Tony actually does too. So I switched because I was like, I'm not going to separate everything and do different loads. So that's something to consider if you're like, I'm going to do baby stuff all separate,
I also switched laundry detergent just because I was kind of being like that crazy person, like, oh, we'll do everything. I ended up like a year in, I ended up switching back just because like I couldn't find like smells that I enjoyed adding, like trying to find like essential oils. Maybe we'll go back, but I don't blame you. I get it. And that is something else to consider, is like maybe you simplify your laundry. Maybe before you were doing a bunch of stuff and now you're just using the free and clear laundry.
I don't do any smells. I started getting into like where I'm like, oh, I want my laundry to smell good again. And of course, now baby number 2 is coming, so I'm going back to it. But I haven't found anything that's like the essential oils is hard because I feel like sometimes it stains your clothes.
I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I don't spray enough on my balls, my wool balls.
Oh, see, I haven't tried the wool balls. I did do like the laundry side tangent. I did do like the dryer sheets, but I ended up buying like Sam's Club brand, and they don't do anything. So we're going to reassess. I use that one for getting the dog hair out of the dog stuff. If you throw your dog blankets in the dryer before you wash them with a whole bunch of fabric softeners, it's supposed to help detach all the fur so you don't ruin your wash, and then you throw it in the wash.
That is really... I know that's not relevant, but that was relevant for me. So that is a great tip.
It'll be really relevant if you have hella dogs and you're doing baby laundry and dog laundry and not wanting to deal with getting dog hair all over your baby's clothes in the wash.
Or cat hair. Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, that was everything on my end. Did you have anything else you wanted to mention before we kind of wrap up?
Since I'm in it, you're gonna feel unprepared no matter what you do. you're going to want to redo everything. I already want to change his clothes. Like, I don't, there's just so much that you're going to want to get done. If you have a toddler, you're going to feel like, I feel like I'm harping on Azzy so much and I'm trying to stop because, like, she's a toddler. Like, let her just play. So, mindset shift, breathe. Nothing's ever perfect. Do what you can. Let go of the rest.
Yeah, I think it's so true. Like, you don't need to do more prep. It's just about kind of removing areas that are creating friction in your life, especially when you have other things happening, on top of it. It's like, she has enough going on. It's like sometimes we just got to let some things go, like you said, or, we're rolling with the punches here. So we really encourage you to pick maybe 2 or 3 systems or spaces and just kind of set them up before baby comes. The goal isn't to have it all together because we know that's just not going to happen. It's just, this is a season of life where it's just trying to make it easier during those hard moments. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for hanging with us. If this episode made you feel a little less alone, send it to a mom friend who might need to hear it. And if you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button and leave a review. It helps more moms reach us and just find the show and let us know what you want more of. So until next week, we're actually going to be having a very special guest, Dr. Kim, come on and talk about parenting through play, even when you're exhausted and overwhelmed as a parent, because especially postpartum, we know how hard that can be. So with that said, remember to keep the kids alive and your coffee hot, or at least reheated once. Bye.
Bye.